spirits review on an absolutely glorious day. To think last week we had all that snow, ice cold weather, and the last 2 days have been absolutely, well, the last few days actually, have been absolutely awesome, you know, and for a gardener, fantastic weather. The sun's beaming into the beer room, or Raggy's tap room, as it says there. So yeah, the review, Sheriff. Obviously Nottingham, big, Sheriff of Nottingham was a big, you know, deal back in the, whenever it was, 1200s, 1300s, I don't know. But yeah, so it's an iconic name for Nottingham. I have had this on draft from the Robin Hood and Little John pub in Arnold, when I went down and got me 5 bottles and got a load of draft beers. 4 Lincoln Greens and 1, I think it was Downtown Brewery or something along the lines. So first time trying in bottle, it's new in bottle at the shop. So if you go on the internet, go to Lincoln Green Brewery shop, they do a mixed case of their Lincoln Green beers. Free delivery over 50 quid, if I remember rightly. And they've just got some new beers in. Ossiter, I think is the name of it. And St. Clement's. St. Clement's is an orange juicy beer, orange and lemon beer. If memory serves me correct. I haven't got it yet, so I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to drag the wife there. Get a few beers. Beer all time. And not only that, yeah, them two there. So 2 new beers. I haven't even had a drink and I'm already half confused and talking. So in my Lincoln Green glass, I love doing things the right way. The only thing I've not done right is not got my t-shirt on. I've only just come home from work, so crack a beer, you know how it is. Cracking day at work, you know. You know when you've been in a bad place, and I mean the last few days, this warm weather has been immense, and I've had probably the best week at the job going. So it says on the bottle, English IPA, hop, citrus and dry, 5.5% ABV, and there we go. So it's great, and you can see the beer as I'm poured it. You can see the bottle. And you can even see the Raggy's tap room sign and the Raggy's home brew sign. And wait till the new edition arrives later. There's some good new editions coming to the channel. 2 people have been very, very kind, and I'll tell you later. I'll show you later. Might do another review. Might do a 4 review night tonight. You never know. Anyway, so it looks very almost orangey in colour in this light. I presume it's amber, but it looks more almost orangey. And lovely 1.5 centimetre head, frothy, nice frothy head. There's a definite hint of citrus on the nose. Definite hops and malt as well. Oh, yes, the citrus is definitely there. A dryness to it. There's definitely a bitterness there. Oh, cheers. So yeah. I'm in the project area today at work, and I'm moving these slabs that are like that, about this high off the ground, and I'm using a wheel truck to do it. I couldn't lift them. There's no chance on God's green. And I've actually made a patio out of them. And yeah, it's things are developing fast now. And the happier I am, the harder I even go for it, you know, grafting. And I can see that I'm breaking the back of it. And then I'm moving on to another area, which I haven't been touched for 7 years either. So that's going to be fun. Brambles like one. I can't stand brambles. They're all right for blackcurrants, I suppose, but I can't stand them. But they're also all right for stopping people walking through. So we've got some on the barriers. I mean, they're fine because it's a barrier between us and next door, the farm. But yeah, I don't like brambles. So what a lovely beer. can't wait till tomorrow to get myself 2 new beers. And yeah, definitely check out Lincoln Green Brewing. Lincoln Green, or just search for Lincoln Green Brewery, and you'll come up. The first thing it will come up with is their site. So get on their site and have a look at some of them beers. Absolute classics: Buttermilk, Tuck, Hood, Archer, Marion, Fire Damp, Little John. I think that's them all. Yeah, I'm going to buy another bottle of Tuck tomorrow as well. So I'm looking at buying a bottle of Tuck it in. Yeah, a bottle of Tuck, 2 of the St Clements, 2 of the new Ossiter one, and another of the Little Johns before that goes out. I know that they said when they get so many, they'll probably knock it on the head. Bin and jeer it, beer and gin it, or gin and beer it. That's it. That's another one of their beers, like a gin infused beer. It's very different. Nice, just different. So yeah, that's their beers they do. Based in Hucknall in Nottinghamshire. Great people who own it, and the pubs are great as well. Fantastic pubs, especially the one in Arnold. I haven't been to the others, to be fair, but the one in Arnold, you walk in, the environment's right. Lots of different beers on the bar. It's a good craft, a person who wants to try different beers, who don't want to be stuck with John Smith's, Guinness, want something a bit more real. And you can do take-homes as well, as I have done. Oh, that really hits the spot. I'm going to have an hour on my hot tub room, try and put some more wood up. And go to work all day, come home and crack on my work. Sucker for punishment. But I love doing the 7-3 shifts, because you come home and then you've got like the rest of the afternoon. And if you get up in the morning, first thing you're going to get up and get to work, then you get the work day out of the way and start to enjoy things. I mean, today I've got 2 beds at work, so they're 8 foot long by 4 foot wide, raised beds, and I've sowed thousands of seeds in verbena, penstemons, rudbeckias, and even a few dahlias. And next week I'm going to again sow some more. I've got 4 of these beds, mega beds. I mean, I've got an old wedding marquee that I'm using basically as a polytunnel, and as a beer fan, bloody hell does that tick all the boxes. And I've got my chipping floors down now. So instead of it being a bit undulated, because it was on a bit of land that they'd basically not put back to what it was. And so now it looks right. And with every day, I'm doing good. I'm winning. Every single day I'm at work, I'm winning. I'm creating something, putting something right. It's a great feeling, It's a great feeling to be in a job where you are winning, and no politics whatsoever. Working with good people, and the more I'm left alone, the more harder I work. Yeah, in some jobs, you're treated a bit poorly, shall we say? You're like, well, I'm only doing that because you're not taking the mickey out of me. Here, I'm just going for it. And, you can't fault it. You can't fault when life's good. And that sun beaming in, it just kind of makes the beer room even lighter. Oh, I've got a gap on the shelf above my head. To fill that, put another beer in its place. Well, let's hope the weather carries on like this. And it look on the weather forecast, where we are. It's not sit outside weather, but it's certainly going to bring all the daffodils on, and it's going to make things much more interesting. We need it, don't we? We need sun. The sun makes you feel better. We also need the lockdown easing as soon as. but it's all going in the right way. It just depends on how quick they do bring the lockdown to an end, or at least ease it, you know, so you can actually drink in pub gardens. I mean, yeah, it's not the best way, but and then open up. I mean, for me, to have social distance drinking in the pub, just to get the pubs open for now, but still support the pubs, because, you know, unless you're running at full capacity, you can't make the money to pay the bills. I mean, it's like weddings. You can't have weddings at the 2 hotels I work at. Cockcliff House Hotel, which is an amazing hotel, and the garden's looking bloody good too. and Kelham Country Manor in Newark, and again, fantastic hotel, and the gardens are looking a lot better now. Yeah, the woodland's looking amazing. It's going to be. I'm on a journey. There's a journey. You know, we're all on a journey in life, and you know, a year ago I was probably in the lowest point of the old journey of my life, and now it's like, whoa, flying in the sky. How amazing is that? You know, and to everybody out there who's going through rough times, and there are a lot of people going through rough times, you know, don't despair. Something's always around the corner. Something will come, or a change of job. You know, the right job's out there for everyone. If I wasn't a gardener at this time, I'd be looking to going into the brewery trade, working in the brewery, even being a cleaner or doing whatever job. As long as there's enough money to pay the bills, I don't care what I'm doing, especially if it's interesting. I mean, you know, working in a brewery is interesting, and it may get to the stage where I grow that many plants that I might, you know, get different breweries come to me and say, look, can you do something with my garden? You know, it might get to that stage, and a bit of finagling, bit of business deals between my boss and the, you know, and a few review beers, and yeah, you never know, do you? Yeah, you never know what the future brings. Little deals. So anyway, back to the beer. 12 minutes in, I've been yakking. Oh, and obviously with the warmer weather, with spring appearing now, the bulbs are out, snowdrops are already in flower, daffodils are like that, the bluebells are emerging. You'll see growth on plants now. I was in the greenhouse in the market today, and the rosemary cuttings that I've took last year, I put them in water, didn't do anything, put them in soil, and they've rooted. So I've got 25 rosemary plants growing now. Forsythias, they're growing from cuttings. They're pretty decent. They do. I've got fuchsias, although the severity of the weather from the last 2 weeks, not this week, but the last 2 weeks, that really did some harm to them fuchsias. So hopefully they'll come back, and once everything starts growing, wow, and it's going to get to the stage where I'm that inundated with plants that there's going to be an issue if I ain't got enough pots. And hopefully I can scrounge pots from somewhere. And I had thousands of pots in my old job, but hey oh, yeah, definitely need to go on the scrounge, I reckon. But I know a few people who are really good at that, so. Oh, I love the twang to this beer. So yeah, back on the review. Love the twang, the citrusy element. Very much a traditional IPA, whereas it's not an in-your-face craft IPA. You know, it's very nice, and one of the better IPAs that I've tasted. You know, as in traditional IPAs. I mean, for me, everything out of a bottle is more traditional than it is craft. I may be wrong. I might be wrong or right, but that's the way I feel. I mean, obviously, a good friend of mine on the channel, he obviously knows a lot more about beer than I do, and about the what they call what is actually a craft beer and what's not, and it's something to do with how many. A definition of it is how many barrels that the brewery does. And in some ways, I find that a bit strange, really, you know. But obviously, for me, everything that comes out of a can these days, is mostly craft, apart from the old traditional style beers that are in tins. But most stuff that's in bottles is traditional, you know, more traditional. Although look at Brewdog, some of their stuff's in bottles, so it's not always the case. What I can say, it's a cracker of a beer. And you know, every brewery needs our help these days. And these fellas and lady, because you know, it's the bloke and his missus who actually own and run it, and who's serving the shop as well. You know, the amount of different beers they do is amazing. My only thing, I just hope that they do an all-in mixed box with as many single bottles as you can. I mean, up to 11 or 12, with a glass. Jobs are good and perfect Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day present. I mean, getting stuff into bottles is a revelation. These people, Lincoln Green, their catalogue of beers is amazing. I've reviewed beers on Draught, and I've drunk the beers as well. But I've reviewed beers on Draught that are absolutely outstanding, and I just want to get them in the bottle because, you know, it's all right sitting in the. I don't want to sit in the pub reviewing it. So that feels weird. People look at me thinking he's a weirdo, but although it might get to the stage when my confidence is high, especially at the beer festival this year, Robin Hood Beer Festival, I might go and sit in the stand and do beer reviews. And the funny thing is that if it goes ahead in October, I'm not forgetting the Hucknall Beer Festival, which these good people are at as well. They're going to be at the Hucknall Beer Festival in August. But anyway, back to the other beer festival, not Robin Hood Beer Festival. If it goes ahead at Trent Bridge Cricket Ground, there may be other beer reviewers with me. So it might be the fact that we go into the stands with our beer and do a collaboration review. Get both the phones out, because it will be phones. Get both phones out, set them on, you know, do it so we can see us and do collaboration reviews. That will be amazing. Live collaboration reviews from the Robin Hood Beer Festival. How bloody amazing would that be? And it's all about courage. If I can do it, I'll do it. I watch other YouTubers, should we say, the likes of Sean Sambrook from Theme Park Worldwide, and he talks to the camera, he's got people around him, it doesn't faze him. And another one, Coaster Crazy, Andy Rumney, I watch both of them. Fantastic people, know a lot about what their topics. I love theme parks, so I know quite a bit about theme parks myself, although I don't know everything about all the roller coasters, obviously, but I certainly know about theme parks. I love theme parks. And you know, this year, you know, as dark as it has been this winter, and it has been dark, this last year has been dark for a lot of people. What's coming is the bounce back. And for me, you know, support your breweries, support your cinemas, your theatres, because theme parks, because it's all going to come back. It's going to come back with a thump. And everybody needs, you know, if you've got spare money at home, get yourselves out. Restaurants. I'm going to eat so much food at restaurants. We are sick to death of cooking food in the house. I want to go out and have a meal. And let's hope they do another help out to eat out. And the clever way of also doing that is places that don't normally serve food, but you can serve a Scotch egg as substantial food. So if that's the case, serving Scotch eggs with a beer, hey, you know, there's always ways to get around these stupid rules, especially when COVID was never in pubs in the first place. Right, anyway, I have rattled. This has been a rattle of a review. This beer has hit the spot. Sheriff, Lincoln Green Brewing. Oh, Totally hit the spot. And if you're a fan of beer like me, check their Facebook page out and like their Facebook page as well, because the man in charge, he does little videos every now and again, and he's ever so funny. And yeah, he makes me laugh with some of the stuff he comes out with. Very subtle, the humour, very subtle but good. And yeah, so traditional IPA, citrus, a little bit of zest, definite hops, definite bit of malt, bitterness. What it is was an all-round absolute perler of a beer. And you know, some beers come out the woodworks and they just give you a bloody wallop. This is one of them beers. Absolutely amazing. At this time, with the sun beaming into the beer, although it's just gone in as I'm talking, miserable leader. But as the sun's beaming in on a warm-ish, like end of winter, start of spring day, it is at the spot in a massive way. 4.55 out of 5. Wow. At the right time, you know, beer's at the spot. This has done it. Thank God it's in bottle. My praying that more of the Lincoln Green beers come into bottle. And like I say, mixed box, one of each. Try and keep a range of 12 going. I know it's not easy. I know that the man himself has said on his video that they're trying to run down stocks of this before they bring stocks of that out. Yeah, I understand that, because obviously you don't want bottles going out of date. You don't want to reduce in the price because you're losing money. I do absolutely get that. But yeah, even if it, actually, better still, a box of 11 and a glass, and have it as the, call it the reviewer's box set or something along them lines. And yeah, the tasting set. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? 11 different beers, one glass, good price, postage and packaging. Oh, for me, I'd buy it even now, because the fact is, there's not a single beer from these people that I don't like, you know. And Buttermuch, Tuck, Sheriff, Little John was amazing. Flipping heck, cracking beers. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon. I have rattled 22 minutes. This ain't showing up tonight. Okay, cheers.